So here we are with another Gala champion. This time we have Asta Rusakevičienė. I hope I pronounced it correctly. I practiced a lot. So Asta, welcome. Could you please introduce yourself a little bit and your company?
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me. It's a great honor to be called Gala champion, and thank you for entire Gala team for nominating and selecting me. I feel very honored. So let's start by introducing myself. So I'm owner and CEO of Diskusija. Diskusija is a boutique language services company. We are based in a beautiful city, Vilnius, in Lithuania, and my company is 28 years in language business. So we consider ourselves as a regional language service provider. I mean, regional experts in Baltic and Central, Eastern and Southeastern European languages. As we are nearly 3 decades in the language industry, I think we have quite a far-reaching expertise in helping multilingual language companies of all shapes, all sizes from all around the world, and direct clients as well, to overcome their challenges and to find the solutions best suiting their end clients or end customers' needs. So that's it about me.
And so as a CEO, what does your job entail? What is that a CEO does every day?
I am founder and owner and CEO of the company. So I need and take on my shoulders lots of responsibilities. So starting by company strategy and performance efficiency and nature of partnerships and company spirit preservation and so on. So what is beyond the title? First of all, I try to be mentor for my team and to equip my team with knowledge, what is very important, and strategies, how to deal with the everyday tasks and everyday challenges and most important opportunities.
Okay, sounds like a big responsibility indeed. But how but how did you start out in localization yourself? Because you say your company is 28 years old.
Yeah, it is.
That's quite a long time.
Yeah, I'm old.
In business. No, you're not old, but in business. Well,
my story in the language business is very similar to lots of similar stories in our industry. If you start talking with people running the companies, you can hear similar stories. So I started as a French-Lithuanian translator. It was in the early years of my French philology studies. And I worked as translator for a few years. And I was not only translator, but interpreter as well. And I really enjoyed consecutive interpreting because it allowed me to, first of all, meet lots of interesting people and to participate in lots of interesting events, gatherings, and so on. So I could learn about business, about politics, about negotiation techniques, and so on. But on the other hand, this experience, I would say, made me realize that with all my love for the language industry, for languages and in general, being an interpreter was not something I really wanted to do in my life. In other words, I didn't want to just interpret thoughts of other people. I wanted to express myself. And sometimes, yes, I did participate too much at the meetings as interpreter. So I wanted to manage to lead and so on. This is how Diskusija was born. And this is why I didn't stop after my master's degree in French philology. I continued my studies. I have 2 other master's degrees, one in political science and another in international business.
Interesting. And okay, I can imagine international business being useful in building Diskusija.
Yeah, these studies are the last one I did like 10 years ago, not so long time ago, because being linguist and managing a company, I realized that I really need some extra knowledge, not only about language industry, but about how to run business, because translation, it's not enough to be a good manager. Translator skills, I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. So talking about professional accomplishments, I mean, you already mentioned a couple, 3 masters basically, but professional accomplishment that you're most proud of, what would that be?
I don't know.
Too many?
First of all, no. First of all, I'm thinking about my company. I'm proud of my company and of my team, because together with my team, I have developed the company to the level of, I would say, well established and solid, and ISO certified boutique translation company. And I think the fact that the companies worldwide recognize us and trust us with the linguistic tasks can be considered as a proof of that we are doing quite great job.
Yeah, absolutely. So how does Gala fit in all this? Do you remember when you joined Gala the first time and why?
Yes, sure, I do remember. Indeed, Gala is very dear to me. And mainly because it was the first international organization I joined, and it was in 2006. I remember it very well. It happened that I got email from Localization World inviting to attend this event in Barcelona. I didn't know anything about the industry conferences at the time. But the email, I would say, came at the right time, because at that time, Diskusija worked with lots of international clients already, and I was really keen to learn more, to learn about industry, to see a bigger picture and so on. So I said, okay, I will go to this conference. And it happened that Gala was organizing partner, if I understood it well, of the event. And at the same time, I decided to join Gala. Maybe one reason was, I don't know, discount for the conference. But I would say the main reason was that I thought and I saw the opportunity to promote my business. I really wanted to have a logo, Gala logo, on my promotional material and so on. I wanted to associate Diskusija with a big international organization to have some credibility, I don't know. So at that time, I really didn't think about any other benefits because I didn't know about them. I didn't think about, let's say, Gala community or something like this, about networking. So it was these two promotion, like using Gala as for marketing and yeah. So I would say that I think my first meeting with Gala representative Laura Brandon had a very, very big impact of my perception of my place in the language industry. I mean, then I decided to go to this conference. I was really scared. Being from a small company and almost incapable to speaking English. Remember, I was French, Lithuanian interpreter, not English. I felt very, very embarrassed. I said, okay, it will be tough for me. But I remember myself entering to the Gala meeting room at the conference day, and at the same time seeing Laura like running towards me and shouting, Asta, how nice to meet you. I said, wow. I was so astonished. I could not understand what's happening. I'm a star here or what? Later on, I remembered that I did send my picture for members list, something like that. And so she could recognize me. But at that time, I said, okay, it was the right place for me to be. And I felt, wow. And the beginning was tough, but anyway. So.
Did Gala help you grow your business or your knowledge or the knowledge of your team, maybe?
Definitely, yes, because as I said, it was first international event. and I came at the Localization World. We had a Gala meeting. We talk. I understood how it works and so on. And later on, I attended lots of Gala conferences. And at the Gala conferences, I think I learned really a lot, because Gala conference is my favorite so far, my favorite international language industry event. And as you probably know, I attended so far all of them. And it's not because I'm collecting points, no, because I like this event very much, because this event keep me challenging to think forward, to move forward. And I think I bring from these events a lot of new ideas, which I can put in practice in my company.
Well, thank you. So based on all your experience, what would be the best career building advice that you received and that you want to pass on to new people in localization or new businesses?
Actually, I got so many advices at different events that it's very difficult to remember all of them. But I think one of the best advices I got like 15 or even more years ago. I even don't remember at which event, but if I rephrase it, it would sound like don't think small, don't refrain yourself thinking about your limits. In reality, we talked with somebody about my company. I was describing what procedures we have and so on. And at the time, Diskusija was single language vendor. We mainly provided Lithuanian and a little bit of the Baltic languages. And I emphasized that it's very important that myself as CEO and all our project managers, they can speak and understand target language, and we can understand everything. We are sure about translations and so on. But the advice was don't think about language itself, think about processes. If you have good processes enabling you to deliver one language, you can deliver more languages as well. The mastery of language of PMs is not the main thing you need to concentrate on processes. And it was a big encouragement to me to grow my company, to add other regional languages to our portfolio. And actually, yeah, it was probably I remember the most this advice of everything I got from events.
Very good. So for the new Gala members who join an event for the very first time, as a Gala champion, what tips and strategies would you recommend for networking?
For networking is definitely very, very important part of all events. And I know that a lot of people go to events not so much for content, but for networking. So my advice would be don't be shy, but don't be pushy. And networking is definitely not about selling. Networking is about building your network. Your network will help you to grow professionally and probably to grow your business later on.
Very good one. Couple of more, let's say, personal questions. Where do you find inspiration?
Definitely, I don't have one source of inspiration, and there are a lot of inspiration sources. Sometimes I find inspiration in the books I read or in the podcasts I'm listening to. I find inspiration always in talks with my peers, my friends, my family, and because I like very much outdoor activities, so I recharge very well in nature. So sometimes it inspires me as well. So that's
okay. Thank you. What's the one thing that you learned in the last year either on a professional or on a personal level?
Last year, if we are talking not only about last year, but about last year and a half, let's say 1 year and a half, this period, I think, was very special for lots of us because of this situation. Mm-hmm. But this period for myself gave me a strong proof that we really live in a so popularly mentioned now VUCA world. And we really need to adapt our abilities, our skills of adaptability. Recently, for the few last years, there were so many presentations, so many theoretical talks at the conferences, podcast speakers and leadership coaches. Everybody kept teaching us and talking about VUCA world and teaching us how to sharpen our skills, adaptability skills in this quickly changing environment. Mm-hmm. But at the time, the environment was not so quickly changing like the past year. The past year put us straight to practice. On another hand, on a positive note, I would say, we learn, all of us, that our language industry is very resilient. So we are lucky to be in the language industry. The question is only how resilient is our own business. So, talking about myself, since my studies at university, I have a motto. It is in Latin, non progrede est regrede. In English, it would sound, I think, if you do not go forward, you go backward. This year proved that this motto is really valid. And if you don't change, you just stop growing. You need to be able to change quickly.
Very good. Thank you. So let's talk about the potential brilliant second career. If you didn't work in the localization industry and let's say you could do anything, what would you do?
In my alternative life, I would say I would be able to find myself in the finance sector because I like very much figures. And actually, when I was at the high school, the subjects which I liked the most were mathematics, physics, and chemistry, but it happened that I decided to study languages. So.
Very good. One final question. What does life beyond localization look like? What do you do in your free time?
I'm a big fan of outdoor activities and mountaineering, hiking, cycling, and canoeing, everything. Because, as I said, I recharge very well in nature. I like also very much dancing. This is one of the reasons why I miss so much our industry events, because in some of them, we used to have very good dancing parties, like at Gala conference. So I hope in San Diego we will have dancing party.
Absolutely.
And talking about my family, the most important thing, I'm a mother of 3 amazing sons, and they constantly challenge me and inspire me at the same time.
All right. Thank you so much, Gala champion Asta Rusakevičienė.
Thank you for inviting me for this interview.